Hello, everyone. Welcome to Monday Live with Alan and Greg. And tonight is going to be open mic night. So, in a little bit, I will post the link, and anyone can join our live show just to say
Anyone?
hello for a few minutes or stay on for a bit. It'll be up to you.
Anyone, Greg?
Well, I suppose there are some people I
Yes,
would kick off, but
you would.
everyone's welcome to show up and give it a shot. But
No, we invite everyone. Yeah, I was just kind of kidding.
no,
But
I have heard stories of people who had open mics, and let's just say some interesting characters showed up,
wow.
and
Yes,
let's just say took off pieces of clothing that you weren't interested.
really? Wow,
I
man.
wasn't there.
We'll
I
talk
wasn't there.
later. Talk later
I
about
just heard
that. Now,
stories.
on Zoom, I Zoom some friends in Ireland almost every day. It's at 5:30 a.m. and we get Zoom bombers that try to get in. We're real tight security, uh, but really, some are really interesting. They have like flashing Nazi signs in the background, and they're all kind of sexual. And you get a glimpse of it, so you'll remember it for a few days. Go, I go, wow, that one was pretty good. They go, it's usually kids.
Usually, we have our first comment. Bad is rad.
Hey, Ben.
Next
Guess
time
what?
this happens, Greg, Voxer me right away. Oh,
I
I
was
guess he's talking
thinking
about
about
the
Ben.
inappropriate people joining. I've never
Oh yeah,
experienced it.
yeah, Ben. But definitely hop on for sure. I mean, I was thinking about you the other day about. Oh well, yeah. No, I won't. I still have an idea for a gift box for you. I'll get it set up
Okay.
for Bad. I think he probably has an idea of what's going to be in it.
Bad. I got dollar bills ready, man.
What?
She's got dollar bills ready.
All right. Well, he's monetized. I'm not. You got a tip jar on your channel yet, Greg?
I do. I've gotten
You?
one tip on my
Oh,
lives.
cool. Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. See how
I
much we
forgot to
know each other?
monetize this one, but I don't know.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. Call it your like Thai food donation. Hell yeah, free Thai food. Yeah,
Yeah,
you bet that.
yeah, bad, cool. Constance, hey, what did I miss? Nothing, Constance. Well,
Uh,
you might have
you
missed
missed
about us
alignment of the
talking
smudge.
about because we're gonna go give the live link to the show. We're talking about that some live shows have experienced inappropriate people joining.
Yeah, it gives me ideas for Gareth and Dave's show.
No, 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 no,
Just
no.
ideas. I have a vivid imagination.
Hey, MJ is here.
Hey, MJ.
Hello.
Yeah, I have a rich inner life, I call it. So I can imagine. I don't do everything that goes through this.
I'm glad.
I could think of a practical joke though for Gareth in the show.
It's not inappropriate. It's free will.
Free will.
All right, Alan. What's going on?
Well, since MJ's here, we buddy read this book, and I was thinking about. I talked to Dad about it too. Recommend. She hasn't read it, or did she read it? I forget. She'll have to comment. But this is a trip of a book. I don't know if I want to recommend it or not. It's the sickest book I've read since Child of God, Cormac McCarthy, and that's about a serial killer who's a necrophiliac. So that Child of God.
I've read Child of God multiple times. I know what
Have
you're
you?
talking about.
Yeah, it's yeah, I've read it once. Anyway, this one is about like a guy online. It's really interesting. I don't know if you could like just read it with audio because there's a lot of techniques like
Yeah, that doesn't sound like it would translate to audio very well.
No, but then there's narrative too. It's just I don't know if I should. I'm gonna review it, but and MJ, we kind of agreed on it. It ends up being sad and more than disgusting, and there's. You want to hear about it or not?
No, no, no.
Okay. All right. I just thought I'd mention it since MJ was here.
Yeah, for me, I read a few things. One of the books it's upstairs. I read it for my in-person book group, so it doesn't count for my page challenge.
Right. Oh, it doesn't. Okay.
No, I don't know. I got it from the library. I don't know. I can't count it for my my challenge. But it was the Thursday Murder Club by Richard Caseman. It's a cozy British murder mystery set in a retirement home or retirement community where people are some retirees every Thursday night go over and try to solve cold cases until a real murder happens on their area, and then they have to solve it. It's very funny. I read the book. I wish I'd listened to the audiobook because I think it would have been much better hearing a British accent.
Now, I know you don't like playing cards, but do you like playing board games?
Nope.
Well, I didn't. I was introduced to this series of games. One was Sherlock Holmes oriented. It's like a locked room, but it's with a it comes in a small box, and there's a decoder and stuff like that. You can play with like up to 4 people, and I kind of like board games. I wonder if Chris would like.
She does. She's much more fond of games than I am.
I was like, my New Year's Eve resolution, besides quitting smoking, is not to ruminate about the 80s all the time. I swear I live in the 80s. I need to join a club where we talk about the 80s and that. But because
Fred is here.
Hey, Fred, I was brought up like I have 2 siblings, brother, sister. We American family. We played board games all the time, and ate dinner every night. But yeah, I had fun in the 80s.
All right. Got a few more comments, and then I will post the link if people want to join.
Cool.
She's added that one. Description, excellent. Found it funny, Alan. Hey, bad. Would you like this? I'm like, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, the book.
Amygdalatopoulos.
Yeah, that's one. I guess he wrote at least one other book that's kind of what's horror? I mean, it's what do you call it?
Extreme horror?
Yeah, extreme horror. He wrote another book, kind of like that.
Okay. Well, yeah, bad is saying, come on, Greg. We read plenty of stuff like that already. Alan, here's Constance. She's Alan. I'm curious about that book you just showed. Maybe do a quick review on your channel.
Yeah. I'll be reviewing it. I hope MJ does too. I mean, I'm glad I read it. It's kind of original. Reminded me of William S. Burroughs in a way.
Fred's going, there are evenings when I just want to lose myself to the 80s. It was a good era as a teenager. Fred, you did not grow up in the 80s. I don't think you're as old.
Younger. Yeah, he's younger than us.
He might be looking back as, that would have been a fun age to grow up.
Extreme horror. That's what the phrase I was looking for.
I am going to post a link to the show. If you want to join in on a live, go ahead. So MJ's saying it's transgressive fiction, not extreme horror.
Oh. You ever hear about, I can grab it. It's called translation. It's like concrete poetry from Nazi Germany. I think Roz
was talking about that. It might have been you. Might have been someone else. Yeah, I mean,
It's like extreme horror poetry, only it's like realer.
okay. I've never tried it.
Yeah, it's called oh shit, translation. Let me blow my nose.
Have you shown it before? I mean, I know someone has talked about that poetry book.
Yeah, concrete poetry. Let's see. Uh, uh, I could see how. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. No, it's called Transcript.
Transcript.
Yeah, by Henred Bacher. Concrete poetry about. Transcript is a disturbing document. Yeah, all about the Holocaust and trip. I'd like to get your impressions of it, Greg, if you don't have it.
I don't.
Huh.
Send me
Yeah,
the
right.
send
Ross,
me the title and the author and Voxer.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm sure you can get it. Well, now you mentioned the library. You guys have I imagine you have a library in Fredericksburg, huh?
Not that good.
Do you have to go to another one?
I'd probably just buy it on Amazon or someplace if it's
Yeah,
available.
but I mean, you said your cozy mystery that you read, you got it from the library.
Yes. That's a very popular book. That's
Oh,
maybe
I
not
thought
quite maybe a bestseller type of book, which
it's
is
hard
what
to
the
familiar.
libraries have, but no, they would I very much doubt they'd have that. But
Oh
you never
no.
know.
Well, popular books sometimes you have to wait, order, put them on hold and all
You
that.
do.
I do. Oh, I read that and reviewed Judy Dench's Shakespeare memoir, and that was great on Audible or
Okay.
Libby. I got it on Libby for free, but I had to wait a while for it.
Yeah, star biographies, star memoirs, I just say
Nice.
pass.
Yeah. And me, I like them, man. Especially rock ones. Like me and Flossie do a lot of that music. I do not just rock, but like I Cicely Tyson, Miles Davis. I like jazz a lot too.
Hmm. So Bad has a recommendation for you, Alan. Frisk by Dennis Cooper. It was sort of extreme horror, gay
I'm
extreme horror.
gay extreme. How dare you, Ben?
We buddy read it. Was it November or December, somewhere around there? I thought it was a niche group.
Yeah. Well, back in the '90s, I was in a prison in Goodyear, Arizona, Perryville, and back in the day, you could have like word processors and typewriters. I was a librarian. Anyway. There was he was gay, and he wrote stories about New York City, like bathhouses and stuff, and that's how he got money. He was, had a magazine and hooked up. People would buy his stuff, and I read some of his stuff. It was good, but I mean, it was good writing and his story and all that. But
the Frisk book had good writing. It's just it was for a different audience
right,
than us. It's just like
yeah,
okay, it's
yeah,
intended for gay men, basically.
right. Believe me,
And neither Bad or I are gay men, but we sort of enjoyed it.
yeah. Yeah, I remember the guy's name. His name was Strawberry. He had long red hair. And God, things I remember.
So, read by Fred Gregg. Any trips planned for 2025? Now that you and wife are both retired? Well, actually speaking, yes. In February, we are going on a cruise. It's an 11-day cruise. We're going, I can't remember all the destinations. It's Panama, Aruba, Colombia,
Colombia.
some other island. I can't remember the name, but it's 11 days on a cruise.
Boy,
Now,
I could get into trouble in Colombia.
the one issue about this cruise is that it's celebrity cruises, and I guess they're the high end cruise line.
Oh wow, who's good?
Everything is just a little more expensive
Oh
to make sure that the poorer people stay off the cruise, I guess.
man,
But the problem is like internet access
it's
is
high,
like $60 a day.
and you got to buy one for yourself and for.
And so it'd be like $120 a day for
Man, what?
internet access. The drink package is again $60 a day per person.
Yeah, you don't think you drink that much a day, huh?
I could drink 6 beers maybe one day of the trip, maybe 2. But after that, it'd be just too much liquor. I just couldn't do it for 11 days straight.
It's 60 a day, yeah. I had a friend.
No, 60 a day is basically all you can drink.
Yeah, yeah. I had a friend who him and his wife and family. Well, I don't know if they take the kids, but they went on a few cruises, and he was a drinker, so he'd have to get the package. Yeah, I think he said he could drink like 10 drinks a day on the package, and then anything over that they had to pay or some shit.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, like on a cruise, it's going to be basically $10 for a beer.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to have 2, maybe 3 a day at that price. My wife's going to have 1, maybe 2. So still a chunk of change.
Yeah, well, I mean, a pint of Guinness costs, last time I heard, about like $9 here in Portland. $9. It probably goes
Alan,
for all the pints.
One of the previous cruises I went on to the Caribbean, where we didn't get a drink package. Again, you bought a $10 beer with dinner. It was Red Stripe Jamaican beer.
Yeah, Red Stripe.
So I said, okay, I'll buy the $10 beer because I want a beer with my dinner. And then we visited Jamaica.
Oh man!
And we went off the cruise line, and there was a vendor on the side selling 6-packs of Red Stripe for $5.
Yeah,
you get the idea of what the beer is. Now that was the tourist price of $5 for a stay. So imagine the cruise line is getting a much better deal.
Oh yeah.
So
I know what the bottles will look like. They come in bottles with
I'm
label
assuming
looks like.
the cruise line bought the 6-pack for like $3 or $4. So
quite a markup.
Look at that markup. It's like you're getting $6 markup.
Do you know the celebrities that are going to be on?
Pardon?
Do you know what celebrities are going to be on the cruise?
There are no it's just called celebrity cruises.
Oh, I see. But going to be any magicians on there? You don't know?
I don't know. They will have live shows every night.
Yeah.
There's usually some sort of there's numerous singing groups going on. So
yeah,
some sort of music show.
What you don't know, what people don't know about me. One thing is, I used to be into magic as a little kid, like stage magic, and I had a partner. Right. And we had my dad would build these like illusions that you could do today even. But we were really he was good with like card magic and flipping them around. And we went to a magic shop in Toledo, and there was one in Chicago called Abbott's Magic. We went to, and it was mail order. Just like today, when I get books or anything in the mail, I started as a little kid. Like the magic tricks were coming, I'd run home off the bus. Yeah.
So Constance says, teen in the 70s. I want my old clothes. Great music too. Bad wallpaper though.
Yeah, the wallpaper was like orange all the time. And with black light posters.
Nope. MJ's off to watch the game. I thought the game was last night. Philadelphia.
No, I was watching it. They cut into this guy or something already. Yeah, the game Ohio State, and here's my Ohio State shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case, I've got the Notre Dame shirt too, just in case. But yeah, I'm a big
All
Ohio
right.
State fan. But thanks for stopping by, MJ.
Yeah.
Still here for sure.
I thought it would have been fun if the Washington Commies could have
Yeah.
played the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh yeah, I'm rooting for Philly now. I was talking to MJ. That
Philadelphia's
was the
out.
game.
Philadelphia lost last night.
No, they won.
No, the
Did they? No, Philly won. I watched their game. Yeah, MJ and I we both
my
had
wife was
chicken.
watching it, and then she turned it off. And it was like close to the. Did they make a last minute win?
Yeah, Philly was winning for most of the night.
I
And then
wasn't paying
Washington
attention.
came back, and they almost won Washington. I can get the score really fast.
That's great,
Who
Greg.
won the Philadelphia Eagles game last night?
Will I be reading on the trip? Well, I'm bringing my Kindle. I'm bringing my copy of Swan's Way to do my 12 pages a day.
Mm-hmm. That's going really well, isn't it?
I'm enjoying it a lot. The people seem to like it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the Discord, your Discord for other things, but every time I go, I have to. That's the one thing that's different from Voxer. I don't really like. It's no big deal. I just have to go and X out all the comments, or I could just ignore them. But there's always a lot of
just close the
notifications, or
you have categories and channels. So the category of proofs, just close it. You can just like click on the side, and it'll shrink all the comments, and you don't have to look at any of them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I mean, it's not like I'm mine, but I just noticed that you have a lot of activity, a lot of people. Yeah, it was 28-22. They played the Rams. I think Washington played somebody else, but
no, Washington won. Surprisingly,
let's see.
It was Philadelphia that lost.
Who won the Washington game? They played the Lions. Washington.
It was the Buffalo Bills that Philadelphia is playing.
No.
All right.
Let's see. Now, who played Philadelphia Eagles last night?
All right.
Yeah. Nobody's attempted to come on?
No. So I will post the link again.
Yeah.
So, Fred, Greg, and Alan, any reading events each of you is looking forward to this year?
Faulkner in August.
Faulkner in August. Garb August for me. I got two.
Are you going to get into Faulkner in August this year with Go Down Moses?
Yeah, I tried reading but I just got distracted and couldn't.
Hey, August is busy for you. Yeah, you got like the Garb August, and what else?
Whatever it is, I just couldn't. For whatever reason, I was not getting into it, and I didn't try to force it.
And then I'm trying to read like a new book, or listen to a new book, and then read a classic. Like we're getting to get into the Brothers K. We got a group on that next month, and Sherlock Holmes.
The Holmes Where the Heart Is, February.
Yeah, and Randy Ray and I are going to buddy read the return of all the stories in that.
Yeah, he mentioned that you got to try to read the whole canon of Sherlock Holmes.
Well, he is. I'm not. I can't commit to all that. But
is he going to do? I can't remember if he's going to try it all in February. Everything.
I think just this year.
Oh, just over the year.
Yeah, but we're going to read the return. I thought I had this that would be in the collected stories of volume 2, but it's not, all the stories in there in the return of. That's what he
Okay.
said. So that's going to be new to me. And then I'm not as organized as you. I don't know. I guess I like surprising myself. Like I'll buddy read this summer coming up. Angelia is going to pick one, and I think going to buddy read again with MJ because this kind of didn't count. It's a real short book, and I mean I read it in 2 days. Don't tell MJ.
Yeah, we're gonna do what's his name? If I have him up here. Where
Well,
is
you and I were going to fit in. We got a lot of books on the back burner, like
You do?
Homeboy, and then the Tom Robbins.
Tom
Another
Robbins is what I'm looking for.
Now,
Where
if you
is
don't like that one, I'm going to give up.
which one?
Another roadside attraction.
There we go.
See,
This
that's
is the one we're gonna do in April.
we're doing that in April. Okay, that's like a quote unquote easy book. You can read that in 2 days.
Right. And maybe and then we're gonna try to do also 100 Years of Solitude. this year.
Yeah, there'll be rereads for both of us. That's a good world to jump into.
It is.
Yeah, and that book Beautyland, I'm having a good reading year so far. Like this year, I read Leonard and Hungry Paul, and Beautyland, and those were both buddy reads. And then what else was good? Oh, the Shakespeare one with Judi Dench I just read was good. So,
Yeah. You mentioned that. Hey, we got Flossie here.
hey, Floss, I was just talking about you.
We were just talking about you. I'm gonna post the link to the show again, Flossie, if you want to join.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You don't have to if you don't want to, but it's there as an option. No one's joined it. No one's volunteered to join.
Fred. Yeah, I was hoping Bad would too. She could pop on.
She could.
Or even, Constance could show her face.
I don't
But
know.
that's all right because the thing about our show, you and I, we never talk the day of the show, and rarely talk, because then we have nothing to talk about. I've been having a good art month. I sold that dog painting.
Whose dog did you do?
It was a friend of the art director's.
Okay, you finally got that one done.
Yeah, but I don't have a copy of it handy. I didn't even make a copy of it, but I mean, I have photos of it in my online portfolio. But he's got that, so he commissioned that and paid me. I rarely, unless it's beforehand, we decide on a price. I don't even say how much I want because they always pay me more.
Oh,
always. So I've learned that years ago because I always undercut myself. Okay. But anyway, I've been doing that, playing guitar. Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you, since no one's really listening, right? Every good-looking girl I meet, and I don't meet all the time, but I met 2 recently. They have boyfriends, One girl lives in the building, and she plays guitar too. And we ran into each other in the elevator, and she's coming when I'm playing, and I go, she wants to play, I go, sure. Well, let's just come down at noon on Saturday. And then she stopped by. I go, anyway, she said, come over and get me when you're playing. I go over there 2 weeks ago, and her boyfriend's there, of course.
Bummer.
Yeah. And because she didn't come back and meet me that Saturday. I said, well, he was in the background. I go, well, I'll be down here tomorrow at noon. but I ran into her today too. She goes, "Yeah, I'll come in there." And I don't want to cause any difficulties.
Right.
So I didn't go over there. I've been playing like every other day. At a studio. There's a guy who does pottery down there. So you need a key fob to get in.
Okay. So, Alan, how far along are you in Against the Day?
I'll tell you in a second. I'm doing the audio and reading it along like you are.
Yeah.
That's why I have to text Greg and say, "Do you have the audio number?" Because I get lost in it. So I'm on page 942.
Oh, I'm on 950, so we're very close.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question for you.
Okay.
You've said in numerous cases that this is your favorite novel.
Yeah.
Is it still your favorite novel?
I'd like to change that opinion. I haven't read it. The last time I read it, I don't know. I was in a certain mood or something. I love the beginning in that, but and I like the ideas of it and science and that, but some of the characters are really forgettable, and I hope like the ending kind of makes more sense, but it's hard to explain. Yeah, it's not my favorite book anymore.
No.
And it makes me wonder, like, I want to dive back into Gravity's Rainbow in like 2020. Because a lot of people got kind of grossed out with sex or the treatment of women or whatever, and Gravity's Rainbow is like 100 times off the chart compared to this. Is more like an adventure at first with the Chums of Chance, and I like.
Yeah, the Chums of Chance have dropped off.
I know.
I kind of started the book and said, "Yeah, they're kind of boring." And then somewhere around 600 or so, they've just dropped off entirely and have not made. Last time they were going under the sand. So I don't know. So for people watching, I've said this in my review. This is a book I think Pynchon wrote when he was just stoned out of his gourd.
Yeah, Debs thinks he was doing too much acid. She gave it an interesting review. A detailed review in one of her last videos, like a wrap up video.
Right.
So, I assume she liked it, or it's a chunk for reading challenge.
It's definitely a chunky read. I'm not really a star rater, but when I first listened to the audiobook in 2008, I sort of gave it like 4 stars, but now I'm thinking, this is more like a 3-star book.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, like how the memory works. I thought I was really fond of it.
Well, when I was dating my wife, still, I read this book called A Void by George Perec.
Oh.
And it's translated from the French, and it was a lipogram when it was originally written in French. And a lipogram is when you don't use a certain letter of the alphabet. You don't misspell words. You spell your words correctly, but you don't use a certain letter of the alphabet. And the letter he chose was E, which is the most common vowel in the French language. So when it was translated, the translator also translated it without using the letter E. And I thought it was a fascinating read when I first read. I was thinking, like, wow, this is great. And then I reread it in 2024. I was with Sandy at Miss Reads a Lot. And I'm going, no.
I think I remember your review of that.
And the problem is I loved it so much when I first read it And then as an adult, I was just totally nonplussed by it. It's just like, I might have DNF'd it if it was not a buddy read or if it was a first time read. I just wouldn't care.
Mm.
And I loved it so much. So it's
What do you think
definite that you can lose your favorite books upon rereading them.
Yeah. What did you think about the novel The Zone?
I've not read that. I have it, but I have not read it.
Yeah, I kind of read it. Don't remember anything about it.
Wait. We got some comments. Lee says it's not gone through at least 3 times. Okay, now I'm here. Can you see me? No. Is she trying to join?
I don't know.
She might be. I think Lee is trying to join but having trouble. Okay, Lee. If you're trying to join, I'll put the link again. You just click on that link.
It took you a few seconds to see me too when you're in the show.
Yeah, because normally what happened is you would come up as an option to join.
Yeah.
In the bottom, and I'm not seeing you as an option.
Damn.
That's too bad. I'd love to have you, Lee.
Yeah.
I've never seen you on a show before. Never seen you do a video. It'd be great if you can join. Constance is making cookies. Oh, cookies. That would be a lot of fun to eat cookies or make cookies. I guess eating cookies I'd find more fun than making cookies.
Oh, sure. I like the old Chips Ahoy, the crunchy ones.
Right.
Those. I like pastries and cookies and all that, but I kind of forget to buy them when I'm at the store. I don't know why. I've been getting rides to
okay, hold on. Okay, here's Lacey. Here's quite nope. All it wants to do is check my mic, and you do have to click on that to approve that the mic is working, that the video is working, and then once it passes that check, you can come in to the studio and I can add you in. Do I need a display name? Yes, you do. You can put anything you want to, really. You can call yourself Lee, or
sometimes I appear as Dr. Zed.
You can.
Doctor, like German doctor. Doctor, yeah. I might have to appear next month on the Sherlock Holmes live as Dr. Zed. I have a mask and everything.
You do? Lee is here. Are you ready?
Yeah. Hey, Lee.
Hey there, Lee. I can hear you, but I cannot see. Can you see Lee?
No.
Hold on. I'm going to have to remove you and add you back in. Unfortunately, Lee, I don't think your camera is working.
Or she's on a submarine.
No, see, right now she's. You can see the screen right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't see or hear you.
I wonder if she's on her phone or a laptop.
Yeah, are you on a laptop or a phone?
If you're on your phone, it's difficult.
No, the phone is just okay. What I'm going to do, Lee, is I'm going to boot you, and then re-click the link, and that sometimes gets it working. Sorry about that, Lee. Don't know what it is. I mean, sometimes people have errors and problems.
Yeah, it could be your Wi-Fi.
No, it sounds more like a browser compatibility, depending on what operating system she's using. If it's an older system and hasn't been updated, that could also affect joining. So let's wait a little bit, see if she can show up. It'd be great if she can.
Yeah. So, do we have a show next week, or is that when you go?
Oh no, we have Justin. I think.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I got to find out how to contact. I forgot how to contact Justin.
Yeah, his channel is really good. I mean, I like, and he's a good guest too.
He is,
because he lives out in the woods and that in Maine, if I remember correctly.
He's in Maine, yeah.
God, it's cold up there now.
I say so. I have some comments. Really, no, I have my camera off, and the Bix PC. Yeah, it's not going to work if the camera is off.
Well, I clicked on a little bit of the inauguration, but when I like muted, but I don't know what he signed, but he signed a lot of stuff today.
Justin signed a lot of stuff?
No, Trump.
Oh, don't.
I didn't I couldn't.
I can't pay attention to him. I'm just going to have to hide my head and hope nothing too terrible happens.
I hear you. It's wild. But, yeah. Whoopi Goldberg says she's just buttering the popcorn for a while. And other people are saying there might be, well, you know, it might go fast. Were you saying that?
What?
2 years isn't that long. Somebody was like trying to make us feel better online. I still watch a few political things on YouTube. Yeah, at 1.5 speed, you know.
Yeah.
I know you're not. Scary.
Here's Lee again. Sorry, my friends. My husband is a programmer. I'm on top of everything. My camera is always off for safety, but I can usually hear you and I'm able to type.
Oh, okay. Well,
okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, I can understand wanting to keep cameras off because, you know, in theory, people can take over your camera if you're not careful.
Yeah, I've heard about that. It's bad enough you could be talking about something and it will appear on your advertisement. That's like uncanny. It's almost to the point. I don't know if it's listening or if it picks up on my typing, but it seems like I could be talking about something. I don't know, anything. It's my dad about like a new drill out from Makita. And suddenly I'll be getting Makita advertisements, just off the wall stuff.
Lee says, are you trying to put me on a live? Yeah, well, Lee, that's what the link was for, was to join the live stream. So you'd have me, Alan, and Lee down below. My husband, oh, here's Lee again. Hubby would go through the roof if I did. He should be home soon, so we should have some help. Well, let's see if we can keep talking for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I just do my usual after Monday night show. Go to Pizza Jerk, the neighborhood pizza restaurant. I'm a what do they call people that are like I'm a carnivore. Then they have meat lovers pizza, special, vegetarian, and vegan. And I choose whatever's best. I love their meatball pizza, but
Lee says for the longest time I could even type. Yeah, Lee, we are seeing you type. Couldn't even type. No, don't worry. If it's stressful, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You can just comment on the over here. Oh, Lee started Babel tonight. That was the R.F. Kuang novel.
Yeah,
I read in December that I was really surprised on how much I liked that book.
Is that fantasy?
Yes, it is fantasy, but it is so much different from what you normally think of as a fantasy novel.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that book. I wouldn't mind reading it.
Yeah, well, the idea is that it's set in 1840s London for the most part, but there is magic in this alternative London,
Oh, yeah, I would like it.
and the magic comes from translation.
Oh, hence the title.
Right. That
Tower of
essentially what
Babel.
you do is you put one word on a silver bar in a language like Chinese. On the other side of the silver, you write its translation into English. And the interpretation between the translation on the silver lets you do magic. But it's all about, a lot of it is about how you learn languages and how you translate, and that words from different languages don't always have a exact meaning in a second language. And that's where all the magic comes from. And then there's a whole political issue of immigrants, because the main character comes from China, because this translation school wants a native speaker of Chinese to help with their translation. And they just treat him so hard. I mean, it talks a lot about that the native English do not like him or want him because he's part Chinese. You know, so there's the whole that immigrant thing is that, and it was just just very fascinating.
I should read it.
You would.
I know it came out when, like only a couple of years ago.
I think it's 2024 or maybe 2023, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's Oxford, not London. I said London. It's Oxford.
Oh.
But isn't Oxford right next to London?
I don't know why. I've heard of it. I spent more time in Oxford, Mississippi.
So Constance asks, who are the people watching but not chatting? I wonder.
I don't know how many people are in the chat.
It says 13. No, it says 14 people in the chat room. I wonder if there's just a lot of bots hanging out, or people hanging out in the background and not saying anything.
Don't want to appear.
Don't want to appear, but if you're there and don't want to say anything, send me an emoji.
Well, I was hoping Dad would at least.
Bad may have gone off to do other things by now.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
Oh, here's Lee. I was working in my library today. I found 2 more copies of Pliny. Want one? Yeah, I'll take Pliny. Is long as it's in English translation. I could not handle the original Latin.
I was checking my thrift books account with Randy Ray last night, and I have Flashman in my cart. Why do I have Flashman in my cart?
Yeah. Oh,
were we going to read that with somebody? Let's see. Flashman.
Well, I just read it. So Lee's. Oh, I'll check my Voxer. It's done. Okay, I guess that's the Pliny translation. Daisy Dunn. Yeah, cool. Is Floss still here? I don't know. The number of people dropped a lot when I asked people to send me an emoji, so maybe they're ditching.
Huh.
Who knows?
Yeah, I have the Return of Sherlock Holmes in my cart for $4, and then I have Flashman for $6.50.
Okay.
Why do I have Flashman?
I recommend George MacDonald Fraser Flashman. That's the historical series of historical novels about a Victorian not so gentlemanly adventurer.
Right. but why do I have it? Just I I'm thinking of Mark at Book Time with Elvis. Weren't we three talking about him?
Yeah, I talked with him about that. He's Mark and Steve Donahue are the two people that I know talk about Flashman.
Oh,
Here's Lee. Maybe people are getting some weird screens. I don't know. Oh, Lee read the first Flashman. What did you think of that? Isn't he just I mean, Flashman is such a dislikable man, but or no, he does such dislikable things, but you're still charmed by him. He's like a real rogue.
yeah. This cover is kind of interesting. He's dressed in a uniform and has a scantily clad woman hanging onto his leg.
Yeah, I have that. Lee says he is so obnoxious. Yes, he is.
Huh. How many books are in the series? Or
11.
11? Huh. Okay. Well,
You?
you guys turned me on to Sherlock Holmes, and last year
Okay.
I'll have to get it. Yeah. I can get one of them free.
Oh, you do? You're going through thrift books?
Yeah.
Do you ever look for those books in Powell's?
I'm gonna buy the Michael Katz Brothers Karamazov there if they still have it. They had 2 copies.
Okay.
It's like $1 or so cheaper on Amazon, but I'll definitely I go to Powell's when I can. Like I'll probably buy. I'm gonna look for the Cantos too. I'm behind in my reading of Wallace Stevens. I'm very ignorant about Wallace Stevens. I
Emperor of
took
Ice
a
Cream.
class.
I remember his poem, "The Emperor of Ice Cream."
Okay, the Emperor of Ice. Now that sounds familiar.
It was in Stephen King's Salem's Lot. There is one of the parts that opens up with that poem. That's the first time I encountered Wallace Stevens back when I was in high school.
Yeah,
The only emperor is the
we
emperor.
read that last year, didn't we?
We did read that last year in October. You were part of the live stream.
I don't have a copy of it. I must have got one from the
Were
library.
you part of the? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you did. Maybe you backed out.
I think I don't know. I can't remember.
You might have backed out now that I think of it.
Maybe. But yeah, I enjoyed the Holly thing stuff we did.
Right.
That was cool. Stephen King has some new stuff out, doesn't he?
He has a new Holly book coming out this summer.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll have to read that. See, I like having an organized schedule. I kind of know where I'm going. Like.
I think he is. This is Constance asking 17 variations on a blackbird. Let me look that up real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. And like I said, I'm buddy reading it with Aaron Facer. I'm not keeping up with him yet. I have some time now, but he recommended.
What?
Our Stars Come from Ireland. But he recommended something with a long title with fiction in it.
It's 13 ways of looking at a blackbird. And that's the actual title.
All right. I can find that easier in the index. "13 Ways of Looking at a
Blackbird."
And then there's Borges. I'm behind in that.
There's no schedule for Borges.
Yeah, I know, but let's see, 13. He must, there's a poem called Tattoo. It must be 13, the numeral 13.
Spelled out, at least on the internet.
Shit. Looking at the index of titles. Anyway, I'll find it. Oh, here we go. 13 ways of looking at a blackbird. Yeah. Commenter extraordinaire Patricia H. Sent me this book. Collected poems. Damn, man. We're all in here. You reading any poetry lately, Greg?
Not me. I have Gareth Howell's book of poetry, Permanent Verb,
Oh.
on my shelf. I'm sort of saving it for a week where Constance says, read the poem, please.
It's a longish poem in short 3 stanza sections.
I'll read. Hold on, I'll read it. I don't mind.
Okay.
Hold on, let me go get it.
Among 20 snowy mountains, the only moving thing was the eye of the blackbird. That's one. And boy, there's a lot of stanzas, 13 stanzas, and they're not all 3-lined. Yeah, there's okay. I'm surprised at y'all. No one wants to hop in here. Okay, Floss is here.
I don't mind reading the whole poem.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. 13 ways of looking at a blackbird. Among 20 snowy mountains, the only moving thing was the eyes of the blackbird. Now, 2. I was of 3 minds, like a tree, in which there were 3 blackbirds. 3. The blackbird whirled in the autumn winds. It was a small part of the pantomime. 4. A man and a woman are one. A man and a woman and a blackbird are one. 5. I do not know which to prefer, the beauty of inflections or the beauty of innuendos, the blackbird whistling or just after. 6. Icicles filled the long window with barbaric glass. The shadow of the blackbird crossed it to and fro. The mood traced in the shadow an indecipherable cause. 7. O thin man of Haddam, why do you imagine golden birds? Do you not see how the blackbird walks around the feet or the women about you? 8. I know noble accents, the lucid, inescapable rhythms, but I know too that the blackbird is involved in what I know. 9. When the blackbird flew out of sight, it marked the edge of one of many circles. 10. At the sight of blackbirds flying in a green light, even the bawds of Epiphany would cry out sharply. 11. He rode over Connecticut in a glass couch. Once a fear pierced him in that he mistook the shadow of his equipage for blackbirds. 12. The river is moving, the blackbird must be flying. 13. It was evening all afternoon. It was snowing, and it was going to snow. The blackbird sat in the cedar limbs. Okay.
Kind of descriptive. Where is Haddam? Is that somewhere in like East Asia?
You know, St. Alan, this was a cold reading.
Yeah,
I have not read this in 20 years, so
I've never read it.
you know, it's all new to me. I'm just reading the words.
Right.
That was actually a good poem. I should actually go back and practice and do a poetry Thursday. I haven't done a poetry Thursday in eons.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
Yeah, Constant
I
read
like
it.
to,
Flossie's still, or she was still here before I read the poem.
right. I was hoping she'd come on.
Have any of you read any Priscilla Royal medieval mysteries? I have not.
I have not. Interesting. I like Dante. He's medieval, 1300s.
Yeah. They're kind of like linked haiku.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to say that.
They're not quite haiku. They're very succinct poems.
I was trying to find a pattern, and
Alan, I was reading. When you go in that reading mode, you're not really understanding.
oh no,
You're just looking at words and they're coming out. And
right, yeah, no.
If I really wanted to read, I'd have to read it first and understand what I'm
definitely.
reading.
Yeah. I'm not. I mean, I'd have to read it 2, 3, 5, 6 times, but it'll give me an into it because, like I said, I haven't been keeping up with Aaron, because I was sick. Like the first weekend of the month, I got sick for. It really hit me for a weekend, and I thought I kicked it, and it came back. Blah blah blah. So I'm lucky I read all that I did. Oh yeah, I've been reading some and listening to Robert Anton Wilson. Not this book. I've had this book and given it away. I've probably bought it 3 different times. But I listened to another one of his books, and he talks about Joyce a lot, Ulysses. He used to live in Dublin. He called Dublin a James Joyce amusement park. That's why I really long to go back. I'll spend a little bit of time there in Dublin and a few other cities. We didn't go to Ulster, North Ireland, because it's back in the mid-90s. And then I really want to see like Italy. Of course, I'd like to see Paris and Egypt, right, and blah blah. But those are the 2. If I could do that, I'll be happy.
I'm probably going to go to the beach again.
You what?
Probably going to go to the beach again when my wife picks vacations.
Oh, geez, man! You got to get a turn one of these days.
Yeah, one of these days.
I mean, I love the beach too. I love Venice Beach and Daytona Beach.
Oh, wait a second. Greg, didn't you tell us to ready Balzac? Brian at Bookish is the Balzac. I read a couple. Oh, Randy Ray. I want to come on the show. Hold on, Randy.
Oh, cool. Hey, Randy. We were talking about you.
I was about ready to call it quits for the night.
Yeah, Randy saves the day again.
Yeah.
We were I was just talking about you, Randy, about Sherlock Holmes, and I've got that Return of Sherlock Holmes in my thrift cart, along with Flashman.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Randy has an extra copy he was going to send me. But I can get it for free if I buy both of them. I get one for free.
Okay.
Go, Randy. Go, Randy.
Oh, here he is. Hey, Randy.
Hey, lads. What's up, boyos?
You came in at the end of the show and spiked us. Come in.
It's the end of the show. My daughter's been here visiting tonight, so.
No, it isn't.
So how are things going?
As soon as my daughter left, I was like, I logged on to YouTube and saw you guys were on, so here I am.
Cool.
Yeah, great. How's it going? How you feel? What you have to
I'm
eat tonight?
feeling okay. Hang on a sec here. I need to do something. Ah, there we go.
What you have
That
to eat
better?
today?
It's a little better, yeah.
I was having an echo because I had the video playing in the background.
What I
So,
can do here is that way is that it makes
hey, now
it's
we're
more
getting
equal.
somewhere.
It's more equal now. You're like that.
I love it. Love it. Yeah, I've got one of the Flashman books here too, man. But I haven't read it yet. I've also got the Complete Exploits of Brigadier Gerard by Arthur Conan Doyle, which I'm really looking forward to reading in full.
Okay.
Yeah, those are funny. Have you not read those?
No.
Brigadier Gerard fought in I don't know which war, but with Napoleon, and he's a terribly unreliable narrator who tells all of the stories in flashback as if he's telling them to you. And to hear him tell it, he was just the greatest example of what a French soldier should ever be. He always gets the girl and always accomplishes everything behind the scenes, but it comes through in the stories that he's really just kind of a big clown in spite of his best efforts to try to tell the story and present himself in the
And
best
this is
light.
Arthur
So,
Conan Doyle.
yeah, this is Arthur Conan Doyle. He's just a wonderful character. Conan Doyle was great at coming up with colorful characters.
I have the complete works of Doyle on my Kindle, so
Do you? Oh, yeah, that's wonderful.
Now, are you guys going to
Yeah,
read
I'm a
the Fifth Heart?
huge
Are
fan.
you guys going to read the Fifth Heart?
I've got the 5th book on audio. It's going to be my my cruise ship audio book.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to reading that one. Pastiche, right?
That's right.
Oh, okay. I
put out a video today of my reading goals for the years.
I commented on that.
Yeah, one of my goals for the year is to reread the Sherlock Holmes canon again this year. So
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yep. 6 short stories and 4 novels. Although the novels are really short. I mean, they don't take any time at all to read.
Now you're gonna try to do them all in February. You're gonna spread them out.
I'll probably do them all in February. In fact, I'll probably do them all in the first 2 weeks of February, which will leave me 2 weeks for pastiches. Because I've really been wanting to dig into the Nicholas Meyer pastiches again.
All right.
God,
I remember when I read the 7% Solution as a teenager and just loved it.
That's the one I read last year.
It's so good, isn't it?
I was going to read the the West End Horror this year.
That's also great.
I'm probably going to push that off till the end of the year for a
the 7% Solution's the one about is cocaine, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets treated for his cocaine addiction by Sigmund Freud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that one.
Turns out Moriarty is not a villain at all. Moriarty, spoiler alert, everybody. Moriarty is not a villain at all. He was Sherlock Holmes's math tutor as he was growing up. And I think he was having an affair with Sherlock's mother.
Oh, that's, well, don't give away too much, but
Too late, sorry. But I did say spoiler alert. Sorry, audience. To be fair, that book did come out 40 years ago, too.
Yeah. It is an old book.
What's the story about where he falls in love with that Sherlock, with that woman?
That's a Scandal in Bohemia.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh. Are you sure you're not thinking of the Beekeeper's Apprentice series?
No, I'm thinking of that one.
Scandal Bohemia. I don't think Sherlock Holmes falls in love with her in a Scandal Bohemia.
Falls in love I think he
tries it. Yeah, it's unrequited.
She got the better of him, and he had to admire her for that.
Yeah,
it was as close as he could come to falling in love, unless, of course, you're following the Beekeeper's Apprentice series, which has its moments. It has its charms. It's not a bad series of books.
Yeah, you got to remember, I was turned on to Sherlock Holmes last year by you guys, so I'm
still new to it.
And the Beekeeper's Apprentice, that's after he's retired, right?
Yeah, he's retired and he's keeping bees in Sussex, and he meets a young woman there, and she's an amateur sleuth, and he sort of, takes over and mentors him, but eventually they wind up falling in love. but it's a whole series of books. And her uncle John comes to visit occasionally, John Watson.
Hmm.
But yeah, but yeah, they're fairly well written mysteries. You know, they're not bad books at all.
Michael Chabon did a pastiche.
The Final Solution.
The Final Solution, where he again, he's like in his 90s or something like that.
Yes.
And I think Chabon did a pretty good job with that one.
You know, I started it but didn't finish it. I saw something shiny and didn't finish that one. Did you see the movie Mr. Holmes with Ian McKellen?
No.
That's a good Sherlock Holmes story. Again, he's in his 90s and he's suffering from dementia. And you know, he's trying to solve a mystery from the past, but it's excellent.
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes, starring Ian McKellen.
Okay. I like him.
Oh yeah, he's great. He makes a great Sherlock Holmes. I never liked I haven't seen the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes movies, but I just always thought that was horrible casting.
Well, wait a second.
I
Isn't
like those
Robert
movies
Downey Jr. an American?
By Guy Ritchie directed them.
Yes, yeah.
What? No, what's an American doing playing the classic?
Jude Law plays Watson.
Yeah.
Which is not terrible casting, but
Well, I like the director, you know, Guy Ritchie. I like those movies, but I like Robert Downey Jr. too, though.
I like Robert Downey Jr. too. I don't picture him as Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
But I guess, you know, Sherlock Holmes is one of those characters who's been played by, you know, as many actors as James Bond.
I guess so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe, well, definitely more. Sherlock Holmes has been portrayed on screen over 100 times, probably. It's right up there with Dracula.
Oh, yeah.
Who's that actor who does? I watched some of the stories on YouTube. Is it Jerome?
Jeremy Brett?
Yeah, that's probably it. Jeremy.
He's terrific as Holmes. Those are very faithful adaptations of the stories, too. That was a terrific series.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to hear you said that because I liked them.
Yeah, no, they're terrific, man. Very, very faithful adaptations of the original canonical novels and stories.
We got Keju here. She was here at 9:05.
Hey, Kechu.
Lee's also. She has the fifth heart coming. Okay, she's gonna do the fifth heart
Oh,
too.
cool, great. Yeah,
I have my copy of it here.
Bound to be good, Simmons.
Well, there's something I've heard about. I'm not going to give it away because it may be a spoiler. That's the Lincoln Highway.
Yeah, this is what I'm reading right now.
Reading right now. Okay.
God, it's good.
I like that one.
Amor Towles is good.
How far along are you in that?
Not very far. Maybe 75 pages or so.
Okay. So you
maybe
got a lot
10%.
coming.
Yeah, it's really great so far, though. He's just terrific. I loved A Gentleman in Moscow. I've got all these books. I've got his short story collection, although I haven't cracked it open yet. And then there was the
first
Rules of Civility.
I have it.
Yeah, which I liked but didn't love, but I should give it a second read, I think.
I have it.
I liked it.
Go.
I liked it but didn't love it.
Well, you know, there are some authors who their best book is their first book.
Wow.
And then there's authors who just really need to write and get up to speed. And maybe Towles is like that he got his first book out of his system. It was his learning experience, and now he's getting to know. I also liked, like you said, A Gentleman in Moscow was another
one. Marvelous book.
Really. And the thing is, that's a masterwork of setting.
Yes.
Because it is such a limited setting. And he does so much with it with such an expansive use of time.
Alan, have you read it? A Gentleman in Moscow?
No.
You will love it. You will love it. I will send you a copy.
Okay.
You will absolutely love it, though.
It's a good
Yeah,
one.
Amor Tolls used to be a stockbroker of all things.
He retired and
And
he's going to write a book, right? Is that something like that? Or-
yeah, he started writing books late in life. But I came to him through I was reading a Blake Crouch novel. Blake Crouch is kind of a science fiction hack, almost a modern day pulp writer. And he had a character in one of his books named after Amor Tolls Amor Tolls, and mentions in the acknowledgments that that's who he named the character after was the author, and that he was really good. And I picked up A Gentleman in Moscow and was blown away by it.
Yeah. The new books I read are excellent. So,
Have you guys heard of an author named Ron Curry Jr.?
Ron Curry Jr.?
Yeah.
No.
He wrote a book called The One-Eyed Man, another book called Flimsy Little Plastic Miracles, which I think is a great title. And he wrote a book called Everything Matters. But he's got a new book coming out in March, and I'm real excited about it because I think it's his first new book in 6 or 7 years. And he's one of my favorite authors.
Wow. Who's this again?
Ron Curry Jr.
What's the title?
The title of the new book, I can't remember the title of the new book. I'll have to talk about it in one of my upcoming videos. I'm trying to get an arc of it.
All right. Well, I'll read that.
I don't want to wait till March.
March? Yeah, I'm reading Middle March with Maeve in March.
Nice.
She's a booktuber I really like.
You've got is she booked on our show? Or not committing?
No, she wants to be on.
Okay, well Lee's saying try the Moriarty series. Don't know this Moriarty series.
We're booked up till like I have her down here for 4/21.
Hey, wow.
I want to be on the show sometime.
Sure,
Well,
you are on the show.
I'm on the show right now.
Yeah, you are on the show.
4/7. You want to be on 4/7?
Yes.
All
All right, welcome.
I'm on the calendar for April 7th. Oh, what a sweetie.
I know. Okay, you're down for April 7th.
So
All right.
here. Constance like the 7% Solution was a fun movie.
Oh, yeah, I remember the movie too. It was great.
Flo was talking about my reading of the poem. Holmes the Woman. I guess that's a story or a movie. Hello, Randy, says Flo.
Hi, Flo.
And fiction. What's up, guys? Hope you're all having a great night.
Hey.
We are having a good night.
Mm-hmm.
Cat the Ginger Bibliophile.
Hey, there she is.
She's a guest.
Yeah, we've got that February 24th.
February 24th. All right. That's
Send
right.
out the link. Maybe she wants to be on too.
Well, Kat, if you want to, you
Bring her on. Cat loves me.
Honestly, I am getting to the end of my Steam. We're about
Oh no. Well, hey, one last thing before I go.
Right.
This is topical right now too. Have you guys read A Study in Emerald by Neil Gaiman?
No.
Really, really great Cthulhu mythos based Sherlock Holmes story that's based loosely on A Study in Scarlet. I can't recommend A Study in Emerald highly enough. It's wonderful.
Okay.
You gonna read it, Greg?
I don't have a problem separating the artist or the art from the artist. So
Right. I haven't watched your video on it nor MJ's about because not that I have a strong opinion about it. I just don't really care.
Yeah.
I loved American Gods.
really,
What a great book.
I was totally nonplussed by American Gods when I read it.
Like the end, like the treasure was in a car, the trunk at the bottom of the lake, and all.
I have no memories of any detail of that book.
I really enjoyed it.
It was a big hit at my book club when I owned my bookstore.
Yeah. But what's
Yeah.
interesting is, when I made that video, there are some people, they made comments, and there's one from Woman Today. I think she's in the Proust group, that she cannot separate the art from the artist. That if the artist is a bad person, she doesn't want anything to do with them because she just sees what that person's been doing.
Yeah.
And I have not commented, but the problem is there are so many people who have really sketchy lives who make great art.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just in my video, people mentioned Victor Hugo apparently was not a nice man.
Oh,
And you read them, Ms. Little Rob, and you think, this guy's a bleeding heart. He's got to be nice.
Right?
Apparently, he was not nice in real life.
Huh.
Richard Wagner, I mean, not everyone's into opera, but he was, oh my, he would have made Neil Gaiman look like a fire boy.
Even Nietzsche didn't like him.
What?
Even Nietzsche didn't like
Oh,
Wagner.
Nietzsche adored him.
But
He wrote a whole
he
book.
adored his music, but not as a person. They had a big falling out.
He could have been, but I think his first book was all about how great Wagner was.
Yeah, they had a big falling out, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking classes on Nietzsche and that. I like existentialism a lot.
All right. So,
Dad just got up from her nap.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll catch up
I
with
think
some of
naps-
them. The great book, Randy. I thought American Gods was excellent. I felt like I'd been the willing victim of a long
Yeah, it was
misdirection.
quite clever on how the myth tied in.
I guess Kat said she just got up from her nap. All right.
I'll call you later, Kat.
All right, gentlemen.
Greg's tired.
I am tired. I can't do the Gareth and the Dave thing going on for 4 hours.
I'm good for about an hour myself on one of these, and that's about my limit. So
Yeah.
thanks for having me on, guys.
Oh,
I'm
thank
sorry
you.
I came on late, but like I say, my daughter was over here visiting.
No problem.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already pizza jerk, so
Alan's got pizza on the brain.
Yum.
All right, everyone.
only 6:23 where I live.
Well, yeah.
The night
Okay.
is young.
The flow.
Alan and I often
Well,
compare what we're
well,
having for supper.
Yeah, we
Send
do.
me a Voxer. We were going to read Lolita this month, but I think we
Ooh.
got to push it. I think we're going to have
Good
to
book.
push that off to another month because I'm booked. So catch me up on Voxer if you still want to do Lolita later in the year.
Yeah, and I want to read the Gentleman in Moscow too. I look forward to that.
Alan, definitely get a Gentleman in Moscow.
You're gonna love it.
You will.
I'm going to watch Mr. Holmes. So thanks for turning me on to that, Randy.
Oh yeah, tell me what you think of that.
Yeah, hopefully I can get it.
All
Okay, man.
All right, guys.
Okay, guys. Great having you on, Randy.
Yeah.
Alan.
Yeah, I'm glad I was able to catch you guys.
Justin, next
I'll be
week.
back on April 7th. If you have a cancellation or something, I'm always willing to talk.
All right, sounds great. Everyone
All right.
in the chat room, have a great
Hey.
night.
Y'all stay sexy.